Well, it just ain't love if it's going too fast. It's only love when you're getting that feeling.
What's up, y'all? It's the homie Vic breaking down the Big Vik Presents intro CD. It's my CD available wherever digital music is sold. This time we're breaking down track number 10 called It's Only Love, performed by the amazingly talented Betty Foo, who was a vocalist that also auditioned to be on the project and did an incredible job. I had to bring her on. Can't say enough about her skill and ability.
You can call it whatever you want to, baby, baby. As long as you don't call it
Content-wise,
love.
this song is about a more mature woman who is giving advice to a younger woman. And basically, as the story goes, and I think we all know people who, whether male or female, who get infatuated with the whole process of falling in love. The expression is in love with being in love. And what can happen is, in this particular situation, you have a lady who she's bouncing from relationship to relationship, and every time, and we all know somebody who's like that. Every time they meet somebody new, they're just all in, like, this is the one, and everybody else is sitting back looking at everything that's wrong with that person they picked. Like, everyone else can see that this is not the one for you. And the reality is, you should be able to tell too. So this particular more mature woman is telling the younger lady that, look, be honest with yourself. You know that you picked somebody who's not going to, this isn't going to go the distance. The idea is that you will know, when real love hits, it's no question about it. It's no, we have to kind of make it, massage it into something that, can work or whatever. No, you will meet a man who's just going to make your heart skip. And, when that happens, it's the real deal, and basically don't settle for anything until that comes along, and it will come along. And, in the meantime, stop settling for things that aren't really going to work out, and you're going to wind up heartbroken and unhappy. So it's all about finding that real love and knowing that, and this is what she's trying to tell the young lady, that it's only love when you're getting that feeling that, like when you can't sleep at night. That's when it's only love when it's feeling like that, not some of these other kind of contrived feelings that we sometimes can pretend to feel or make ourselves feel just because we want to. Musically, interestingly enough, when I wrote this song, I intended to write it, for when the idea of the song came to me. I intended to write it for a female singer. I initially wanted to pitch the song to someone like a Sheryl Crow or an artist in that vein, which it turned out musically to be a little less. Originally I thought it might be a little more folky guitar wise, but it turned out to be a little less so than that, and a little more really kind of pop, adult contemporary feel. The song is really embellished with a lot of production. Hopefully not overproduced. That's kind of a personal preference. I could see where an argument could come in there. It's heavy on synthesizer, keys, strings, flutes. There's even a harmonic in there. Yeah, the harmonic is a funny thing. I think even Phil Hennon, who runs Sepia Sound, which is the studio that all of this was produced out of, an incredible studio. Phil is an incredible producer. Shout out to Phil Hennon. I call him Phil Hennon in the building. But he even joked about the harmonica. He said, "Oh, now we're going with a little Stevie Wonder towards the end of the song." So it's really embellished, but hopefully not too much so. But again, with incredible vocals by Betty Foo, can't give her enough credit for learning the song and putting, as much feeling as she could into it. It was a very, very good
Taking
job.
those kind of boys home, but you're sold out 'cause you didn't want to.
My favorite part of the song is
But it just ain't love.
the first bridge, when she says, you really should hold out until you can find the real thing instead of going that old route. And you know exactly what I mean, because you've been told about taking those kind of boys home. And this is my favorite part, but you sold out because you didn't want to be alone. And I know anyone who's been in that situation, is not funny, but lyrically, you sold out because you didn't want to be alone. Everybody can relate to that. Like I said, male or female, you decided to go for, as the expression says, you decided to be with Mr. or Mrs. Right now instead of waiting for Mr. or Mrs. Right. And in this case, the female is singing. You're basically staying with Mr. Right now instead of waiting for Mr. Right. So that is track 10 off the Big Vik Presents intro CD. It's Only Love, performed by Betty Foo. Hope you enjoy.
Na 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 na. 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 Well, it just ain't love if it's going too fast. It's only love when you're getting that feeling. And it just ain't love when you know it won't last. It's only love when you know that it's really, really so good. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. You can call it whatever you want to, baby, baby, as long as you don't call it love. 'Cause it don't matter how bad you want it, baby, baby, it won't ever be enough. You really should hold out till you can find the real thing instead of going that old route. You know exactly what I mean, 'cause you've been told about taking those kind of boys home, but you're sold out 'cause you didn't want to be alone. But it just ain't love if it's going too fast. It's only love when you're getting that feeling. And it just ain't love when you know it won't last. It's only love when you know that it's really, really so good. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. How many times did you try to fake it, hoping that you could make it into something so much more, something so much more? But he never did really make your heart skip from the moment you started. So honey, what are you waiting for? Ain't it time that you stand up and say you want nothing but the best, instead of throwing your hands up and always settling for less? 'Cause when the right man comes, you'll have a lot of love to give. And if you wait until then, you'll be happy that you did. 'Cause it just ain't love if it's going too fast. It's only love when you're getting that feeling. And it just ain't love when you know it won't last. It's only love when you know that it's na.